Hi, welcome to DigiProp. My name's AJ. I am the founder of digiprop.co.uk and I'm going to show you how to create a digiprop as a DigiSnapper. 3 pieces of equipment that you require: tripod, smartphone, and your Ricoh Theta or 360 camera. Come and join me and I'll show you how to produce a property. As you enter into the property, the first thing that you need to do is be able to turn on all of the lights in the house. You tell the client that that's what you need to do if there is a client in the property, but we need to have all of the lights on in the property to ensure that maximum exposure is available and picture quality is good. What we then need to do, get the tripod out and set it to approximately 4 feet in height. Take your Ricoh Theta or 360 camera and screw it into the 1/4 inch at the top. Once you've done that, you should hear a click. There we go. And then turn your Theta camera on. Then connect your smartphone to the camera. Do that through the app and through the settings on your Wi-Fi. Watch the additional video about how to connect your Ricoh camera and your smartphone to enable photos to be taken. Most important thing to do when you're positioning the camera is set it in the middle of the room. Once you set it into the middle of the room, ensure that the settings on the app state HDR Rendering. Once you've done that and everything is all clear within the room, make sure all the doors are closed. Once you've shut all the doors, all the lights are on and the camera is positioned within the room, leave the room or hide away so that then the 360 camera doesn't capture you. This is the sound that the Ricoh Theta will make once you've taken a photo. That will then mean that the camera is taking a picture and it's loaded into your camera album. When you're positioning the camera within the room, try and make a conscious effort of the walking path. So have a line of sight of the next camera shot. So the camera in this room would be here, as you would go from the center of the room on towards the lobby and then take the picture. So again, now we're in the kitchen and we want to try and get as many features as we possibly can within the room, and I would position this here so that then you've got a nice walking path all the way around the room. And once you've got it positioned correctly, hide away and then take the picture. Living room, easiest room in the house in my opinion. Center of the room, under the light, make sure that there is visibility of every single aspect within the room. Set it up, hide, and take the picture. Staircases, often the most difficult rooms to be able to capture. We need to get 3 pictures here, one at the bottom of the stairs, one in the middle of the staircase, and one at the top of the staircase. Position slap bang at the bottom, as per every other photo, put all of the lights on and escape. Staircases can be awkward because of the tripod legs sometimes don't fit all the way through. Just ensure that you've got balance. You don't want to be dropping the camera. So just try and get a balance on there, and then once you've got it balanced, lights are on, escape and take the picture. For larger properties with balconies and separate gardens, try and capture as many 360 images as you possibly can, because you don't want to be going back to the property to go back and retake photos for surveyors and the estate agents. This property has a particularly large balcony, so again in here it's quite straightforward. We've just put the 360 camera in the middle of the balcony, prepare it, no lights to be put on, and ensure that there's no glare, and escape. So, entrance of the property is always usually uneven. So with the tripod, try and ensure that you've got a level standing for the tripod and at least 4 to 5 feet away from the front of the property. Once you've got that distance and you've got the tripod set up, ensure that you're not visible within the property. The Ricoh Theta camera sometimes has black spots, if particularly you've got old traditional walls. Ensure that you can have a line of sight to the camera and your smartphone so that then the picture quality and the picture capture is actually taken. Once you've done that, step away and take a picture. It is imperative for us to have an entrance photo to the property. Whether it's a flat, house, cottage, farm, we just need to be able to show how the property is entered. In this case, there is a lane entering into the property and there is a main road. We don't need to capture the main road of this particular property, as the lane would categorize that. So the lane here would be needed to be taken a picture of, and then that would link with the front of the property. So again, line of sight and then escape to take a picture. we need to take a picture of the back of the property, and in this particular case the grass and land is uneven. So using the tripod, ensure that you've got level standing. Don't worry about the clutter in the garden. We can always edit that out if it's required, especially for a media bag. But for DigiSnapper purposes, capture what you see and then make sure that you've got visibility of everything, and then walk out to the picture so that then you can get the best picture. Right, once you've finished with your 360 camera, what I normally do is I do 3 laps of the property. First lap I always use the 360 camera. Second lap I would use to take the 2D photos of the property, and then the third lap would be to do the floor plans. 2D photos, very straightforward. Using your smartphone, iPhone 12 or above, purely because of the camera quality. Set your camera so that then it's on 0.5 setting. Once it's on that 0.5 photo lens setting, we require a photo of each wall, all the way around the house, and close-ups of each item. So the skirting, the floor, the ceiling, the windows, radiators, and any blemishes within the house. Once you've done that, you should approximately take about 12 to 14 pictures per room, particularly for an inventory or a condition report.